The guilty verdict against off-duty Toronto police officer Michael Theriault left many disappointed this afternoon, critics saying it didn't go far enough. The victim in this case, Dafonte Miller, thanked his supporters this afternoon, saying it is a step in the right direction. His lawyer is now calling for a public inquiry into police brutality, saying this incident is not an isolated one.
I'm very upset, very angry. I thought that our country was based on fair laws that treated all human beings equally.
This takes a toll on you mentally, to see people getting brutalized without repercussions.
Disappointment outside the Oshawa courthouse after off-duty Toronto police officer Michael Theriault was found guilty of assault in the beating of Dafonte Miller.
The man lost his eye, and he's probably going to be kept up at night from all of this. We're never going to know how he feels, but we know that these two men are relieved that they did something and they got away with it.
The assault conviction comes with a maximum sentence of 5 years, where aggravated assault would have carried a 10-year maximum. Still, Miller says he's grateful, thanking his supporters, saying he recognizes others in his position often never see justice.
I could have easily been convicted of one of those charges that they put on me that night when I lost my eye. But instead, I'm here today. So I don't feel like I took a loss. I feel like there's a long way to go, and we just took a step forward.
His lawyer, Julian Falconer, says the incident highlights a larger trend in policing.
As a lawyer at it for some 30 years in the area of police accountability, I can tell you with absolute certitude that the one hallmark of police abuse cases in every situation is that the victim of the police brutality is the subject of the charge.
Faulkner says it often felt like Miller was the one on trial, initially charged with 6 offenses, even though the beating left him blind in one eye and the 2 accused without injury. Those charges were eventually dropped.
We are calling for a federal commission of inquiry to bring out the truth about beatings and killings of racialized and Indigenous people in police custody.
Faulkner also questions what role the father of the Theriault brothers, a Toronto police detective, may have played in the initial investigation, and what he calls a cover-up by 2 police forces in their failure to notify the Special Investigations Unit. The pair were found not guilty of obstruction of justice, despite the fact that the provincial watchdog is supposed to take over cases when an interaction with police ends with death or serious injury.
As chief, I can't deny that this matter will have an increased strain on a relationship between the police and the community, specifically the Black community.
Toronto Police Chief Mark Saunders says now that the criminal proceedings are done, 3 more investigations will continue, including an OPERD investigation being conducted by Waterloo Regional Police. Meanwhile, in a statement today, Durham Police Chief Paul Martin says, "We didn't need a trial in this case to tell us something was broken in the system, and we didn't wait for a final court judgment to begin correcting those problems. First, we immediately changed the process for calling in the Special Investigations Unit." He also adds that next month they'll begin collecting race-based data and adding duty to intervene training to ensure officers call out bad behavior.
This is not an isolated incident. This is not about one bad apple. The ongoing victimization of racialized and Indigenous people as a result of police abuse and police violence is a systemic, chronic problem.
Now, we did reach out to the Theriault brothers' lawyer, who would not comment today, saying that the case is still before the courts. It's unclear if they will be appealing. They have 30 days to do so. In Oshawa, Janelle Amasa, City News.